Write the equation given in slope-intercept form y equals mx plus b, in standard form ax plus by equals c. And a question like this will provide you with an equation in slope-intercept form. It will look something like this: y equals 3x minus 4. And all you need to do is change that and make it look like the standard form ax plus by equals c. So the major difference between these two forms is, if you look closely, in slope-intercept form, the only thing on the left side is your y. And then the x and a free number b, that's the number without the x, are both on the other side, on the right. With standard form, the x is on the left and the y is on the left and the free number is on the right. So that's the major difference. Now, when you are writing a standard form, it's typical that the a, the b, and the c are all integers. They should not be fractions. And then a also needs to be positive. So b can be positive or negative, c can be positive or negative, but we really want to try to make that a, which is the number next to x, to be positive. Okay, so again, the main idea is to move the x and the y and make sure they're on one side of the equal sign, and that the number that doesn't have an x or the y is on the other side. Keeping in mind that the number next to x should be positive. All right, so my x is the 3x here, and it's already on the right side, and notice it's positive. So 3 here, that is your a, and we want it to be positive. So we kind of want to keep 3x where it is. We don't want to touch it. Now, what I'll need to do is to take the y and move it here so that it's together with the x. And I want to take the free number, the -4, and move it to the other side so it's separate from x and y. So here we go. I want to keep my equal sign where it is, and I want to keep my 3x where it was. And it used to have -4, but I don't have that -4 anymore. I dragged it to the left. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put it to the left here, and that 4 is positive because moving it from one side where it was negative to the other side turns it positive. And after this 3x, I will have my y, but this y right here, when it moves again across the equal sign, it will change the sign. So it was a positive y and now it's a negative y. We really are done. My ax is 3x, my by is minus this y, so the b is -1, it's invisible -1 here, and my equals to c is equals to 4. This is the standard form. If you want to make it look exactly like the formula, you can write 3x minus y on the left and 4 on the right. And now you have it. So I'm going to do a different example where you start with something next to x that's not a whole number or an integer, so that will require just a little more work. So here you have another y equals mx plus b form. Y equals -4/3 x plus 5. So we are asked to take this equation, make it look like this. Again, a and b are the numbers next to the x and the y, and they need to be on the same side of the equal sign, and then c is the number that doesn't have an x or a y, it needs to be separate. Remember, a also needs to be positive, so the number next to x should be positive, and that condition right away is not met because the number next to x is negative. So it makes sense to go ahead and take -4/3 x and move it to this side so that it turns positive, and I'll do that first. So now I have this +4/3 x on the left, also positive y, this guy right here is still on the left, and then my equal sign, and then a +5 on the right. All of this is great. The only problem is you have a fraction, and my a, b, and c in standard form, they all need to be integers. So I need to turn 4/3 into just a 4. And for that, I will multiply it by 3 so that this 3 and this 3 cancel. The problem is you need to multiply the rest of the terms by 3. So now, instead of 4/3 x, I have 4x. Instead of y, I have 3y. and instead of 5 I have 15, and here you have your standard form.